ThaBoxingvoice.com, live here with Gary Stark Sr. Glad that I bumped into you because you've been making some headlines. Not only do you have Ievgen Khytrov, who's going to be taking on Emmanuel Aleem in a battle of the undefeateds, but you've also been in the headlines for being part of the super team for Daniel Jacobs in his venture against Gennady Golovkin. And then most recently, Marcus Brown. That is a great fight being talked about. I'm not sure if it's finalized with Thomas Top Dog Williams, but where would you like to start with so many interesting topics that surround you?
Well, right now is the Khytrov fight. So once we get this out the way, then we go right to Marcus Brown, and then we can get started on the Danny Jacobs with these guys going down there to work with him for that fight.
Give me a little bit of at least Ievgen Khytrov, Emmanuel Aleem, two undefeated fighters. What are you expecting on Saturday night from Aleem?
Great fight. Kid has great skills. I expect a real good fight. I think we're a little bit more experienced, a little bit stronger. So I'm not sleeping on the kid, but I think this is a big fight for us. This is going to put us over the map on this fight.
I was asking Ievgen if he feels like this is a statement-making fight. He's obviously looking for the knockout, but do you think that a knockout is necessary because of who's promoting it and how many eyes would be watching this one?
I want the victory. You know, I don't care how we get that victory. You know, of course we want to get the knockout, but you know, I just want this victory because this kid can fight. This kid ain't this is a stepping stone. This is a real good stepping stone fight for us.
Now, Aleem is slick. Obviously, Khytrov's been in there with Daniel Jacobs. Is that enough to, I guess, prepare him? Because Aleem's a bit of a slick fighter. He comes from that DMV area, you know. Most would consider him a slick, elusive fighter at the very least, but he does like to bang. Have you watched any tape?
Yeah, I watched tape.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, he has a good left hand. He throws some nice combinations. I mean, we're ready for all that. I mean, we work with Danny. We work with a couple other guys, Devon Lee, and then our own camp guys like Dervinchenko. You know, we work with some good guys, so we're ready for this fight. He's really ready for this fight.
All right, well, let's transition a little bit into the Marcus Brown fight. I know that you want to deal with this one first, but is that the right fight for Brown coming off of a controversial win with Hot Rod? Top Dog is a big puncher, but he's also known to be chinny, so it could be a good fight for Marcus. He could either win by knockout or be knocked out.
See, the last fight, Marcus didn't have a good performance. He was going through a lot of family issues, a lot like that's behind the scenes, and that affected his fight. Some of the stuff that he went through, I don't even want to talk about, but I wouldn't even have fought in that situation, and he did fight in that situation. This time, his mind is a little bit more clearer. He's been looking good training. He's looking good sparring. Yesterday we sparred with the Chinese Olympian kid, the lefty kid. He looked real sharp yesterday, so I'm looking at this very positive right now. I watched. I know Thomas Williams from the amateurs. We know him. He was a weight under us. Marcus is confident in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Thomas Williams fight before. He can punch a little. I just think Marcus could punch too. So it's going to be an interesting fight.
Now, Thomas's style, even with Adonis Stevens, Edwin Rodriguez, Campillo, he came forward. He's trying to get you out first round. Marcus, is he going to be prepared for that? I mean, or does it play into his style because he's a southpaw and he can just, you know, land a nice counterpunch?
We're going to box. We're going to box. Marcus box a puncher. We're going to box. Our defense got to be on point. You know, we're working a lot on our defense skills, you know, and his head has to be clear. If his head's clear, I don't see a problem in this fight, you know. I'd like to catch Williams because I seen him get caught a lot of times. You know, sometimes he comes in not aware of what he's doing. Yeah, he just looking to land that lucky punch or, you know, throw them wild punches and come in and try to get one through the guard. But you know, we're gonna be ready for that too.
Now, moving to the final subject before I let you go, just let me know what you think it is that you can sprinkle onto the Daniel Jacobs, you know, team and or game plan. What do you think it is that made him bring you into the camp, or have you always been there and only because this is a high-profile fight are we just now hearing about it in the media?
No, I worked with Danny like the 5 fights, even when he won the world title, I would work with him a little bit. But we've been so busy with guys, sometimes it's hard to just be with Danny when we have the other guys coming, so we kind of shuffle it around. So now, what I'm gonna do is he's going down to California, Virgil Hunter's camp. So Virgil's there too. So Andre's gonna start him off with a bunch of our guys, and then I'm gonna come down later with Khytrov after the Marcus Brown fight and see if we could just finish it off and see if we get him making no mistakes in this fight. He cannot make a mistake in this fight. He has to fight an A game, and I told him, I said, great legs for this fight, because to me, I watched Triple G. He can punch, but he fights one way. So I don't know if he adapts or what, but Danny's to be the one that's going to have to adapt and move a lot and really use real good skills for this fight. Use a lot of angles on this kid, and he has to keep it up for 12 rounds. He can't slack off. So we have to be in leg-wise, tremendous shape leg-wise.
Is that why you guys brought in Chris Algieri? Food is energy, is gasoline for the body, and it prepared the right way, given at the right times. Is that why the nutritionist was brought in Chris Algieri?
Yeah, I guess because Chris did good with his nutritionist, so he knows pretty much about how to lose weight and feel strong. So I guess Danny took a liking to it. So now Danny's going to start doing this.
Now you're in there with Danny Jacobs and Sergey Derevchenko, 160-pounder, hot prospect. He's moving faster than normal people who have the amount of fights on his resume, right? That he's fighting former undefeated champions at this point, but Khytrov as well, another hot prospect. Even Devon Lee gets sparring in with Jacobs. What is it that we don't know? Because the world has this perception like he doesn't have a chin, but he's in there with some punchers every day. Were we mistaken in that Prague fight?
Let me tell you something. And people got to realize that sometimes personal problems affect the fight. Remember, his grandmother, Danny's grandmother, passed away, which was like a mother figure to him, 2 days before that fight. And that had a lot to do with Danny. Danny wanted to pull out, but people don't know all this. His mind wasn't right. This time, his mind is going to be right. We have 3 top guys going down to work with him. We have Khytrov, we have Ievgen Khytrov. That kid can punch. And that kid's a pressure fighter. So he's going to have the pressure. He's going to have the sort of style like Golovkin with Derevchenko. And he's going to have Khytrov, who's a big pressure fighter. So he's going to have to use his legs in this fight. Now with these 3 guys, he's going to see probably everything. I don't see nothing Triple G is going to throw at him different than these guys. Triple G might have a little bit more power, but Danny moves with these guys because I think little Ievgen Khytrov has just as much power or even more. That kid can punch. So it's a good assortment of fighters that we have going out there to help him. Plus maybe Andre Ward will give him a little hand down there too. So you never know. He's around a good stable now for this fight.
What would you say Jacobs does exceptionally well that would be trouble for a guy like Gennady Golovkin? Because we're so worried about what Golovkin can do and his power and the perception of Triple G. But what does Daniel do well that Abel and Golovkin need to be worried about?
You know what, Danny's a smart fighter, and you know what, and people don't really think about this, but Danny can punch. Danny got what? He's 32-0 with 29 knockouts.
12 consecutive knockouts.
And I seen him knock guys out with one punch. So he could lose his slickness, combine it with that power. Never know. You know what I'm saying? That slickness could work for him.
Now, you spoke about the grandmother passing, but some will say, all right, well, what happened in the Mora fight? Mora's not a puncher. No grandmother passed away then. How did he get dropped by Mora?
Oh, I think he just let his guard down. I think he walked into something, and that could happen to any fighter. I've seen it happen to so many guys that, you know what I'm saying? Some guys just walk into. I remember when it happened to the little featherweight kid that put his hands down in front of the fighter, and the kid hit him, boom, knocked him out. Remember that? I seen it happen to my son. I never seen my son really hit hard. One time he dropped his hands, boom. You get caught in the right spot, right time. It could happen to anybody, you know?
Last question, don't want to take too much more of your time. No rematch clause, all the belts on the line. Good thing or bad thing?
I think
Either man, good for Danny, bad for Danny, good for Jake, for Golovkin, bad for Golovkin. What's your thoughts?
I would like to see a rematch clause because, you know, it's a business. It's a money fight. You can make money 2 times. Hey, you know what I'm saying? If either one of them get beat bad, you don't want that. You don't want the second fight. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, Gary. Well, thank you very much, man. We're gonna stay close to see what little gems you can add to this spectacular fight, March 18th. Good luck on Saturday with Khytrov, and obviously Derevchenko you work with as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.